My name is Chloe Cayley, and I'm a junior at the University of Utah. I'm originally from Orange County, California, but now my family lives here. When I was younger, I had a really hard time self-soothing, so my parents would always play like classical music, and they found that helped me a lot when I was crying or when I was upset. Music kind of always calmed me down, and so I was introduced to music pretty early on in my life, and then kind of just ever since then it's been a really calming source for me, and it can really help me affect my mood swings, and if I'm feeling happy, I can listen to music. If I'm feeling sad, I can listen to music. So it's always been a big part of my life, and I think my parents introducing it to me really early on was super helpful. So, I think my dad had a big influence on me listening to older music. He got me into a lot of like a bunch of classic rock and like 80s music that I still listen to today. And then some of my just like close friends, I like to like bounce off their playlists and see what they're listening to, and we can kind of all share our own favorite music, and I think that's just the best way to listen to music is with other people. Growing up near the beach had a big impact on the music I listened to. I grew up with a lot of like classic reggae.
Little Bob Marley?
Little Bob Marley. And I think just like being around that culture and that like kind of surf town that I grew up in, you know, everyone kind of listens to that same music and that same vibe. It's playing in all the local restaurants and the local bars. So I think that's just an example of like a condition where you grow up where that's the kind of music they listen to. But if I were to drive, 30 minutes inland, they would not be listening to that kind of stuff. So I think the Beatles are my favorite band of all time. And then I really like Pink Floyd. Let's say Dom Dolla.
Dom Dolla. We love Dom Dolla.
Pretty recently I started getting into EDM music. I think it's a big scene in college, so I think coming to college definitely opened my eyes to this whole world of EDM, and it's amazing. It's good for dancing, so it's been a lot of fun getting into that, going to a bunch of raves, and it's a great environment, great people. They're all super sweet, and everyone looks out for each other there, so that's a great environment to be in.
Where would it be?
I would go to the 70s.
Okay.
Like 1973.
Yeah, the 70s definitely seem cool. What about the 70s interests you particularly?
I love classic 70s rock. I would definitely want to go see the Beatles. I know they're pretty much over by then, but I would want to go see just people that I never got to see, or like people that are dead now.
Well, Chloe Cayley, I really appreciate your time and you coming to answer these questions. And hopefully you had a good chat with me.
Thank you for interviewing me.
Yeah, and
very fun.
We will be interviewing again. Don't you worry. All right.